Hey guys, what's going on? Super Deathbot here, and I am very excited to bring you the SHFiguarts Spider-Man Homecoming figure. I've been very excited for this figure since I first saw it, and it does not disappoint. So let's get into this thing, and I'll show you what we got to offer. I wanted to start it off in a pose so that you could see just how articulate it is and how it can get into some really awesome poses. But as always, we will start off with paint and sculpt. So I think they did a really good job on this guy. I mean, there's a few things that I might change, but you know, we can't pick everything apart, especially for how awesome things come out. So the paint, it's a little shiny under this lighting, but it's definitely more of a darker red. Maybe if I block some of this out, this more of an accurate representation of how red it is. So they did a good job on that. The blue's really good. I think maybe the blue could be a little lighter to match the movie, but I mean, I'm not going to pick stuff like that apart. I do like the texture on the suit. I think they did a very good job on it. I don't know that I would say it's movie accurate, but I think it looks really good in pictures and videos, and you know, just the sheer craftsmanship of it. I can appreciate the lines in the suit, the web shooters, everything is just done really cleanly and really nicely. The texturing and the webbing in the suit is just super clean. If you hear me pause for a minute, guys, sorry, my allergies are killing me, so I'm just trying not to sneeze or cough or anything like that, so I apologize. I think the sculpt work really helps play on the shadows and the lighting that you can get on a figure like this. Everything looks just really clean and nice. I haven't found a single spot on it that is not extremely detailed and well done. So let's get into, the other thing I was going to mention, some people don't like the silver eyes. Once again, I know it's not movie accurate, but when you're taking pictures and stuff like that, it picks up the lighting and reflections really well. So I'm okay with it. I mean, could they have been white, and would I have been completely fine with that and happy with that? Yeah. But do I hate the silver? Not at all. I actually think they look pretty cool, and you can't even tell that much on camera. If it was maybe not even mentioned, would you even know with the highlights? So, articulation, forgive me if I don't get every technical name of every joint, but I'll do my best. So, the neck is on a ball inside of the chest, and then the head is also on, it's on a peg, but it's not a ball peg. I'll show you that in a little bit. The shoulders, they don't go up particularly high this way, but they do have a butterfly joint inside, and if you turn them, you can get them to go up properly, over the shoulder, and get a better range of motion. Now, there's also a peg and ball joint inside of the butterfly joint, so you do get a lot of range of motion out of the arms, and you can get it to go straight out in different angles and stuff like that. There's not a bicep swivel, but you get that swivel from the peg inside the butterfly joint, so his arms can go forward and really take some awesome pictures in crouching positions and things like that. So I think that's a really cool joint. I believe Black Panther Figuarts is the same one. There is some sort of forearm swivel, so that's pretty cool. You can get into some good positions. There's wrist swivel, and the peg goes back and forth on the hand. There is an ab crunch. It goes pretty far back, and it goes a decent amount forward. I would have liked a little bit more range of motion forward, but you know, it's really good for what it is too. You know, there's not really a big gaping hole left in the back or anything like that, so I do understand that being the range of motion. But between the legs and the back, I mean, you can get him to look really bent far back, so it's really not an issue. I don't really have any complaints. There's also a waist swivel. His legs go out really far. He can bend really good. He does have a thigh swivel. He has double jointed knees, and I like the way they concealed the knee joint and made it the same texture, so you really have no difference when his knees are bent. There is no calf swivel, but still great articulation. There is a ton of foot articulation. He has toe articulation. He has really good ankle articulation both ways, so that's really cool. And they did just a really great job on him. The only complaint I do have, which, you know, it's minor because it still works well, is his head does not go very far back. Now, I really wish that was in a lot of figures, but they do it in a lot of figures. This head system is just a little bit different, so we get the trade-off. Now, the head is on a new peg because, much like Hot Toys or 1/6 or Sideshow or anything like that, they give you these eyes for expressions, so that you can use the same head and swap out the eyes. Revoltech does it, and I'm sure a few other companies do it, which I think is really cool. So my trade-off, would I rather have the head articulation go further back? For me personally, yes. However, I never like to knock progress or a company giving us something better and trying to give us newer and different ways to have figure expressions and things like that. So I'm not going to complain about it. Wish the head went a little farther back, but the articulation is so good on this thing. When you play the angles, it's really not that big of a deal. So now we will get into some of the accessories, because he does come with quite a bit. Oh, one thing I also want to mention is I thought it was cool that the elbow joints are also textured, so, you know, when his arm is bent, you're not really seeing a lot of the joints and things like that. I mean, he has an action figure and you see the joints, but they did a really good job to hide all the stuff. And I mean, I really dig the effort that Figuarts puts into a lot of their figures. It makes me want to buy their products because they just do such a good job, and, you know, people take really awesome photos with them, so that doesn't hurt either. But I think they did just a really great job on him. I think if you can get him, he's a must-buy for me. Now, as far as accessories go, you did see the eyes already. He comes with a backpack, which is really cool because you can get some neat pictures of him. He comes with a cell phone, which would probably be some sort of Stark Tech. It's kind of small because he's a pretty small figure. We'll go over that too. He comes with a red peg to swap out of his back piece. So in the middle of the spider, he has a hexagon piece that swaps out for the backpack and for this red peg to attach to a stand. The stand does not come with him, but it is there for it. He comes with a web to sling on, and he can grab it pretty well. So I'll show you that a little bit later. He also comes with 2 different size webbing for shooting that peg onto his hand. You just pull the hand out, put these on the peg, and put the hand back on. And then he comes with a lot of hands, like a plethora of hands. So he comes with 2 of each of the one that he has on, the open palm hand for relaxing, or touching the ground, I should say. 2 thwip hands, you know, up close thwip hand. Kind of open palm to rest on the ground, superhero pose style. He comes with 2 more kind of thwip hands, kind of rock and roll hands without the pointer finger pointed out. He comes with 2 different hands to hold the cell phone, and I think it's really cool because they actually even notched out a little piece in his thumb so that the cell phone can really sit in his hand and it looks like he is holding the cell phone. He comes with 2 closed fists, so plenty of options there. He also comes with 2 hands to hold onto the webbing for swinging. And then he comes with 2 kind of just relaxed hands. So he does come with a lot of stuff. He's very detailed. He's very articulated. And overall, I think they just did a great job even on the movie designs, making him look like Spider-Man. You know, he doesn't look like movie Spider-Man. He just looks like a comic book Spider-Man that is really awesome. So there's a little tool that they give you so you can see the back of the eye pegs. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to lose them. You take this tool, you pop the head off, and you can take the eyes out so you can swap out and have different expressions. I'm terrible at losing things, so I'm not going to do that right now. The backpack, it comes off right here in this peg. So I'll take the little hexagon out of his back right now. Don't lose it. Little peg on the back of the backpack. You put it on this arm, throw that over, and then you peg it into his back and into the backpack. And then you have Spidey with his backpack on. I think they did a really cool job on that, and I'm really digging it. I'll show a cell phone hand real quick so that way you can see what it's like when he's got the backpack and the cell phone and he's in full Spidey and chat mode. Just swapping out hands, guys, here, sorry. So, as I said, it has the little notch for his thumb. So you just slide the phone in there, the little notch goes out, and then Spidey can be on his phone, so you can say, crap, I'm late for the Stark intern again, or Aunt May is gonna be pissed. The little peg came out, sometimes that happens, you can just plug that back in, but I think it's really cool accessories they gave him, and he's pretty awesome. I know this review is a little longer than normal, guys, sorry, but he comes with a lot of stuff, so hopefully it's worth the watch. So we'll go over size right now, because he actually is a lot smaller than I thought he was going to be, but I think it works perfectly. So here he is against the 2-pack Homecoming Spider-Man that came with Iron Man and Homecoming Spidey. I think the blue on the Marvel Legends one is a little more accurate to the movie, but overall I think the Figuarts one is way better. I think it's cool this one came with the Tom Holland head, and the body's a little thicker and stuff like that, but I don't know that that's too accurate either, more than that's just their Spider-Man body. Then here he is next to Mezco Daredevil. So as you can see, Spidey's like solid 3/4 of an inch shorter than a 6-inch figure, so it really makes sense because Spidey is shorter than everybody. The next up, I will show you a web coming out of his hand. But, I mean, I'm really excited to see what other figures they come out with from the movie because they did such a good job in this. I know that Iron Man is announced and homemade suit Spidey. But here, Parker is with the web coming out, so I think they did a really good job on that. I like the webbing effect. It's clean, it's nice, and it's translucent, which I'm always a big fan of. Oops, sorry. And then I will put one of his web grabbing hands on so you can see the other accessory, and that will be it for this guy. So let me get that going. So he has the grabbing hand on now, and you can just slide the web right in there, and then he can be swinging and shooting the next web. So he hangs on there really nicely. He doesn't slip off or anything like that. He can get in some really, really good poses. And once again, I love the translucent web effects and stuff like that. So, articulation on this guy is great. Paint on this guy is great. I know there's another edition coming out with the wall. I don't know how that's going to be. I think it'll be pretty awesome, but I'm just going to get this one. So hopefully this helps you make up your mind to get this one or any of the ones coming out, because there are a lot. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Figuarts Homecoming Spider-Man. I'll see you guys in the next one.